So I'm playing Tiny Tower on my phone in the background, so you can just watch me play, or you can just listen to me talk, whatever you want to do. But hi, this is my second ever video on YouTube. My first video was just me playing a different mobile game, and I didn't do any sort of commentary or talk about anything. It was literally just a video of me playing the game. So I don't know, I just thought it would be kind of fun to actually talk. So today, something that I've been thinking about a lot, that I feel like is kind of really relevant with everything going on with the Black Lives Matter movement and the talk about race and, how Black lives have to matter before all lives can matter, and all of that stuff that's going on. And everybody's really like speaking out their voices right now. And I am in no way, I'm not a black woman, I'm a white woman, I'm very white. I'm British and German, so very white. But I've obviously had my own experiences in my life with just how all the different like societal expectations and assumptions and prejudices and all that stuff, I've grown up in mostly poor communities, poor areas, the kind of areas where as a woman or even as a young teenager and stuff at the time, like areas that you wouldn't want to go for a walk alone because you just don't know what would happen to you. And so that's kind of shaped a lot of who I am. But just because I'm white-skinned, a lot of people make the assumption that that I come from like a super rich white family and that I've never had to struggle with money or anything, and it's just not true, But today what I really wanted to talk about was I'm engaged, and my fiance is Mexican, and so we're an interracial couple, and that's not a label that I really ever use or give us, because in my head we're equals, and it doesn't really matter that we're two different races, So it wasn't something, us being an interracial couple isn't something that even crossed my mind until one of my friends said it. She's like, "Oh my god, you guys are an interracial couple, that's so cute." And I was like, oh, I guess she's right, we are. It's just something that I did not think of, because that's not the whole reason why I'm in the relationship. I'm in the relationship because I love him. And so that was really interesting to me, just how, it was probably like a good year after I met him before, somebody said that, and I was like, oh, you're right, but I never really thought about it that way, and, but I definitely, so he, at the time when I met him, he lived in a super, super white area. I lived in a not super, super white area. Like, it was really interesting because he was, he's Mexican, but he lives in a super white area. I'm super white, but I lived in I'm not going to say what state or anything because I still want to keep myself anonymous, but I basically lived in one of the worst areas of my entire state. I lived in a ghetto, and so there wasn't a whole lot of white people. And so more often, I'm going to have to edit that out. What I'm trying to say is, if I was with a black man, the looks and the judgment would be even worse than it is with me being with a Mexican. I already know that. It's like a fact. But even with my fiance not being a black man, the amount of looks and stuff that we have gotten, and still continue to get to this day with where we live now, it just amazes me, It just amazes me. Like, so what? We're two different skin tones. It does not matter. it does not run that deep. Like, what runs deep is our love. That's it. And, yeah. So that really amazes me. And, these are all, like, strangers in public judging us. So it doesn't bother me that much because it's people that I'm not going to see again. They usually don't say anything. They just kind of, like, give us a look. And I know that, obviously not only are they, like, being racist and judging him for being Mexican, but it also makes them look at me differently because, like, oh, she's a traitor. She's a traitor, being with somebody of a different race, and it's just so dumb. But yeah, I think the only thing that really does ever, like, bother me and gets me, is that, because of me being white, sometimes his family will say things like make jabs at white people in front of me, and they'll never be like direct jabs at me. It'll just be like, I'm trying to think of an example. Like, oh, that's such a white person thing to do, or you're cooking like a white person, or just like something that's not meant to be like a compliment, but like a jab at white people, And I feel like sometimes some of them, after they say something like that, and then they like remember and realize that I'm there, and then I heard that, sometimes they seem to look as though they're like, oh, shoot, like I shouldn't have said that. But I don't know, it just kind of sucks because I don't, like, me and my family, we don't make any of the same sort of jabs at Mexicans. In fact, like, my aunt and uncle that I grew up with, my aunt married a Mexican. And so my family, I'm not the first in my family to marry into a Mexican family. And so there isn't that prejudice, it's like, it's family. And so it's just fun stuff. And, like, I love his family, and I don't, like, hate them or despise them, and I know that they don't, like, hate me or anything. It's just, sometimes things are said that I'm just like, ouch, like, is that how you're gonna start thinking about me, or start talking about me? Like, oh, well, she's white, so, it's not a good feeling. And I know that I'm not the only person to feel this way, definitely, like, and I know that some people experience this on way more of an extreme, because, like I said, like, his family does like me, and other families, sometimes they, just, like, completely outcast, the person's partner because of race, and, like, oh, well, you're white, or you're Mexican, or you're black, you're Asian, so I don't like you, can't be a part of this family. And that's definitely not his family, and it's not my family. It's just, sometimes things are said that are, like, I guess ignorant would be the best way to put it. And so, I don't know. And these are the kinds of things that I think about all the time. Like, when I have a kid one day, are they still going to be experiencing that sort of thing, If I have a son and he falls in love with a black woman, are people going to judge him for it? Are people going to treat his woman poorly for it? Are they going to treat him poorly for being with her? Like, it makes me sad, and I hope that all this Black Lives movement and everything that's going on, that it feels like it's kind of getting silent right now again. Like, it's like, it hasn't completely gone away, but it's definitely more silent than it was. And that makes me kind of sad because, like, definitely there has been a good number of people awakened by it, but there's still a lot more to go, So I really hope that we can continue on with all of the steps and everything that we need for Black lives to matter, and therefore, in the end, for all lives to matter. And yeah, I hope that everybody's doing well. I just wanted to chitty chatty. I might not post this, I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, play Tiny Tower. Add me on Tiny Tower. Here, I am 6'2" NBH, and let's be friends. And have a good day.